Welcome to another episode of the Zero10 podcast. Andy and I are just here together. We've had a wonderful day of interviewing guests that will be coming up in the future episodes from here. And we just wanted to hop on and do a check in with where we're at in this beginning of a new month, beginning of March.
It
And
is, isn't it?
it is. It's the beginning of a
I
new month.
I it is the beginning of a new month.
It is.
I know. Sometimes days run together and I'm not always aware of the date, but it's the 2nd of March.
It's the 2nd of March.
How fun is that? Spring is coming.
Spring is coming. Yes, and it's in the air too. Like it's been,
Is it?
yeah. Well, my brother had a baby shower yesterday, and
Oh.
right, it was a really wonderful day, a wonderful party. He just kept saying this was a great party, and we
Oh.
had a baby shower that was men and women. Like it was everybody. Like all of his buddies were there, and my dad was there. Like the guys were there, and it was really a neat day. Something super funny about it was my sister printed off these things that she said on the table, right? And it was like one was emojis and you had to write down what you thought that the emojis were trying to say as like a pregnancy and baby type lingo. And the other one was just like questions of what do you think the number one nursery rhyme is? What's a lullaby that you hear a lot, and what do I don't remember. What do moms often wish that their husbands would help them with? Just like a bunch of these things. And he won. He won the survey. Or the questionnaire type thing. I just had to laugh at that. He actually won.
Your dad did?
No, my brother.
Oh, your
Which
brother.
is this will be their first baby. So
Yeah.
it was just really funny. It was like, yeah, Jarrett won. But it was a really neat day, and it was so like the sun was out. It was beautiful. Kids were all playing football and in the dirt, and just running around outside, and it seemed like spring.
That's awesome.
Yeah, baby showers to bring in spring showers.
When is the baby due?
Baby is due May, beginning of May. So,
How
yep,
fun.
yep. Sage is super cute and has a little basketball in the front of her, and yeah, she's doing really well. Looked like a glowing mom yesterday. It's great.
Awesome.
So yeah, beginning of March. So we ended up interviewing a lot of people today, right?
We did. We have some great upcoming guests on our podcast, which has kind of become our thing, isn't it? When I think about when we first started this podcast and kind of where it's gone, um, one of the things that we really have going for us is we know some really great women.
We do. Yeah.
We really do. And they're so fun to talk to. And I hope that everybody enjoys listening to them as much as we enjoy, bringing them to be our guests. But we had 3 more great guests this morning that we're excited to put out. Josie, as I was telling Lacey, I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but Josie is the tech person in our duo, and spends a lot of her time putting together our podcasts and editing them and getting them out for the world to hear. And so I'm thankful for that, very thankful. And so yeah, you've got 3 more to work on.
Yes, we do. We've got three more to work on, including and then this one. So um I would say like it's been wild. I am not a tech person. And my mom says this often. She's like, Josie, like, you are not this girl. And I'm like, I know. And it's just, and we talk about this with one of the guests, like just throwing whatever it is that you know that you need to do, or like, and just doing it,
Doing
figuring
it.
it out, and and it's not great in the beginning, and it's rough, and it's whatever, and if you listen back to the first 5 or 6 episodes, like it was like we went through a lot of different changes, not only just tech wise, but conversation wise, like what we've talked about, and I don't know, we're in the 40s, I think. We're gonna be reaching like 40 episodes here pretty soon,
Are we?
or maybe we already did. We're
The
getting
last
really
one I
close.
saw, I don't know. That's awesome. What was the last one that was put out? The Gentleman? Did you put out the favorite things yet?
Favorite things has went out. Yep.
It
So,
did. Okay. Isn't
yep.
it funny how you miss your own socials? Like it's
Yeah,
weird.
right.
It's weird. We were talking about that a little bit ago too, how social media decides what we see and what we don't see kind of thing. But anyway, um, okay, because our favorite things is my favorite one to do so far. We've done
Yep.
two of our favorite things episodes. I've loved those.
Yes, they're fun.
Um,
They're
yeah,
fun.
but anyway, we've got three great guests coming up. Do we want to say who it is? Should we
Yeah,
tease her?
we'll do a little
Um,
teaser.
okay, we have all three women are business owners.
Yeah. Business
Um,
owners, families, started multiple chapters, different chapters in their lives that they
yeah,
talked about going, how they got to where they're at. And it sure seems, honestly, there's a common theme in it, in especially these next three, that I don't think they realized where they were going to be. They just like took the opportunities in front of them, learned from the people in front of them, and kind of just kept rolling with it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been
And we
cool.
talk about that a lot in our retreats, right? Is just and Nancy was the one that I almost referenced it, but I just let her go. But we, if you allow life to take you where it's supposed to take you, then yeah, you go where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Um,
Hers
so
was really
anyway,
fun. Nancy is somebody that we didn't know personally.
mm-mm,
She reached out to us to be on, and we thought that her mission aligned really well with what we were up to. So it was, I don't know, it was really cool to just learn about her and where she's at. And she talked about the year of the horse, and that's all over my social as well, was the year of the horse. But
mhm,
she's seasoned. She's been around for a long time, and she's done a
mhm,
lot of things in her life. Met a lot of people very involved with wealth, I will say, in all wealth in all the ways, abundance in all the ways. And yeah, she just said, "Girls, what'd she say? Step."
I wrote it down, and because also her
You gotta
word of
say
the
it.
year. Um, oh, for goodness sakes, I
Amplify.
can't amplify. I can't even read my own writing. Amplify, but she said, "Step it up, girls.
Step it up, girls. Yeah, she totally
Step it
did.
up, girls."
It's
I
like,
loved it.
I know.
I need to be stepping it up. I'm giving myself some grace for it a couple more months, but gosh, I need to step it up probably. It's probably time to step it up.
It was a very inspirational
She
chat
was
with her.
great. She was great, and we didn't have to do much. She's again, you can tell she does the podcast because she took charge and she got her done. So that was fun. That
That
was
was
great.
fun. And then the next gal is a new entrepreneur herself, or business
Mhm.
owner, and a new chapter in her life, and that was really neat. I love
Mhm.
she's a baker, is what
Yeah.
we've you'll hear in the podcast. But that conversation had a lot of nostalgia to me, like
Mhm.
just of how I grew up and like what we did and stay how we stayed connected, and she's bringing that to her business, and I just think it's so beautiful to see that happening over pie, you know,
Yeah.
over
I
pie.
wonder if there will, I'm a believer that everything is cyclical. And we've seen really since COVID, most especially, we've seen some changes as far as people understanding that we need to be connected. We
Hmm.
can't let that go. I wonder if
Hmm.
we'll see more of that happening, that
Yeah.
sort of, um, I don't want to call it is a small town concept. It is.
Hmm.
But I wonder if we'll start seeing more of that, where people are drawn to, like you said, the nostalgia and the connection. And Robin, most specifically, one of the first things she mentioned was putting down that phone, you know.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I wonder if we'll start seeing more of that as people understand the impact that that stuff is having in our lives, and
Hmm.
positive or negative or whatever. But
Yeah, it's like one of the key components to longevity actually is to be connected with people. And I think we
yeah,
forget about that and we try to, this longevity thing, right? Where it's like eating the right things, moving the right amounts, getting enough sunlight, all these things, but connection is way up there, way up there in scientific research and everything. So that's cool. That's cool to be part of that and we can cheer her on
yeah,
from
yeah,
afar.
yeah. We need to road trip over there and see her in Beach, North Dakota, and then we had Lacey from Lacey's Custom Jewelry, and of course she does own other businesses, but that's what she's most known for, I would say. Well, it's her
Mhm.
name. It's her name on her business, and
Yeah.
she's always a spitfire. She's got anybody that knows Lacey, she's high energy.
Yeah, she is.
She's
Yeah,
high energy, and that's always fun.
right. Yeah, no, they were all so fun today. Like it was a wonderful day of that, of just chatting with them. And we
Yeah,
picked their brain a little bit and learned some things and hoping that our listeners learn some things as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I said something on one of them where I think would be probably ruffle some feathers. It wasn't even comfortable for me to say it, but we talked about entrepreneurship and what that is. So in between our last one with Lacey and because it was in that one and then us talking, I wanted to do some research on that because um I don't know, like I I think it's a lot of personal feelings with it, but when I think of entrepreneurship, being an entrepreneur, entrepreneurial spirit, like all these things, I don't think that they're interchangeable. And I don't know. I would have to say like I I think it had to do a little bit with my identity stuff that I was working on last year of like being careful of what you say you are and
And what you
and
say you're not.
and what you say you're not. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've been studying it a little bit because of some coaching that I'm in right now. And um, I think there was a little bit of worth behind saying that I'm an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
And and again, there's no right or wrong in any of this, but we often like throw these words out there that seem to have such an impact on who we are. And I don't know. I feel like there's just to be careful with what words you say and what you say you are.
Mhm.
Like I often said I was an entrepreneur and I've never been one. I have an entrepreneurial spirit, but I've never been one yet. I'm not saying I don't want to go to be an entrepreneur at some point, but when I was like connecting with people over this entrepreneurial word, and then I realized that I've never been one. I was like, okay, like, which there's nothing wrong with it, but like, be careful. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like what makes you feel like you can fit in a room or have this conversation because we're all a room full of entrepreneurs. Like, I don't know, as a business owner, I've often thrown myself in there. And then I started looking at, I was being coached on it a bit and then also looking into it. I'm like, yeah, no, I've like relatability. No, I have never been one. I've never been able to step outside of the business and the business still runs without me. Or, like these things that we often say that we are, and we're not yet. Or maybe don't even want to be, you know? It's
It's
just
funny how
interesting.
you it's funny how you dive so deep into some things where I just um I don't know, am I not a deep person? But I've never that word has never appealed to me. And I also have been in, because I own a business, I also have been in rooms where I've been called an entrepreneur, and I immediately just be like, I I don't resonate with that word at all. Um, but again, it's not a bad thing. It's
No,
just it's just that I think you're right. People use those two terms, business owner and entrepreneur, as interchangeable, and they're not, and that's okay, and it's not a big deal. But I just no, I've never, or Well, we've talked about this before too, boss babe. Boss babe is a big term that's been thrown around over the last, I don't know how many years. And it's like, I'm not a boss babe. I don't understand that word. I don't resonate with that term. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't, it's not, yeah, I own a business. I owned a business. Well, I still do, but yeah. And that's not necessary. That's not a negative or a positive. It's just a hard fact.
Yeah, it is. It is. And we have a we had a not podcast. We have a retreat called the Honest Entrepreneur, which is
Mhm.
super interesting because I started
Yeah.
thinking about that. I was like, okay, so what is that then? Of course,
Yeah.
I go deep down. It's just if you guys
Yeah.
haven't noticed that about me yet,
Yeah. You
I
do.
am very philosophical and start to like figure out what things mean to me. And yeah, that was something I'm like, okay, well, we have this entrepreneurial retreat and
But we're not entrepreneurs.
but we're not under
Are we? I mean,
well,
I think yes, let's
again,
be honest
it's
about
the
it. Are
spirit
we?
of it though. Yes,
Yeah.
like creativity, creating
Yes.
something out of nothing. Like
Yes.
there's a lot of terms that fit of what we do, and I think yeah, like getting to the point of what it is according to like Webster's, is completely different. Like like the definitions of things. But it's interesting, like if you, yeah, just knowing like what you connect with and what you don't, and what's realistic or what's really happening right now versus what you maybe want in the future. I don't know. That word just came up so much in the last or today,
Mhm. Yeah.
and I
Well,
was like,
and okay, well, you say it's dangerous. Did you say that earlier? You said it's dangerous to use words that, right. But
that
I
aren't
also,
resonating with you. Yeah.
that aren't resonating with you, right? Because I do think that there's a lot of power in words in if you want to be an entrepreneur and that's what you see yourself as, you should use that word whether you are one technically or not, whether you fit the definition or not. You want to call yourself an entrepreneur, you should,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Because
Right.
there is power in that, and that you do become you can become exactly what you visualize and what you see yourself as. I don't see myself as an entrepreneur. Yeah, I just don't. Because I whether I have that spirit or not, I don't see myself as that. I see myself as someone who has had great ideas and
Yes.
hopefully is executing them in the time that they're supposed to unfold, you know?
Yeah. And one of the, Nancy was a big talker of this, but they all are leaving legacies. But she is big on teaching legacy or like helping people leave a legacy. And that, then I was like, wow, okay, so that's really neat to me because when I think of, and this is, of course, my definition of what a legacy can look like. And I thought about you and I thought about Jerry a lot with legacy, right? And like what mark we want to leave on the world. And she was a big conversation was around that. Like what are your strengths? What are your gifts that you can continue on and leave a legacy that may not be a business. It's a movement. It's a movement. It's not necessarily the brick and mortar, the to-dos. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just so big. It's like having that conversation just like opens things up so much that when we get so bogged down in just the busy, I don't even want to say busyness, just like the day-to-day stuff that we lose track of the vision of why we're here. I think, I don't know, it's just those words, entrepreneur, legacy maker, all these things are just so, they're big visionary things, big picture. And to see that, you got to get out of the mundane little things that we're doing to leave a big picture or big legacy, big whatever. Um, I don't know, it's just, I need to process what we just talked about the last, we hopped on 10 minutes after our last guest speaker. So I don't know, it's just one of those
Yeah.
things that like, it just really perspective, opening up your eyes, seeing what is possible for you and that you're actually doing it right now and to not, yeah, like there's a lot of things that we do day to day to get us to that point, to leave the the monument as we,
Yeah.
move on or whatever. But she is, Nancy said, stay in contact with who you are. What are your strengths? How can I be strong today? And that's it. Whatever else is just, comes about, but like keeping that in mind of what the big picture is. That's wise.
Yeah, I did love that. I mean, there were a lot of nuggets in all three of our conversations. I loved that. I loved that because I've never ever thought of it that way. And that's what's so great about connecting with people that you don't, that don't have this. It's so confusing to me why people are so intimidated or antagonist or whatever. That's not the right word, but people don't always want to have conversations with people that are different than them.
Yeah.
They don't want to open up their minds to that different mindset. And to me, I don't understand that. I love talking to people who have a different mindset than me because as Nancy had said, when she holds these conversations with her employees about their strengths and their weaknesses over the years, she focuses on the strengths and she lets the quote unquote the weaknesses or the areas of opportunity. She's like, hey, well, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the strengths. And I was like, all those years that I did employee um, check-ins or whatever you want to call them, and you just assume you have to focus on the areas of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
You want this to meet up with this. But it's like I love that mindset of like, why would you focus on this? That's not where their strengths lie.
Yeah.
Focus on their strengths and let those shine and let those, because
Hmm.
someone else has this as their strength. So we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. How
I
is
know.
something so simple I'm 50, almost 4 years old. How have I never thought of it that way? What a
Yeah.
great nugget.
It was a
What
great
a
nugget.
great nugget. Let's focus on our strengths.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so good. So good. What
Yeah,
else
that
do you
one's going to
think?
blow my mind all
I
day
know.
because
I can just sit here and just
it's
like,
so
okay,
simple. It's
so
so
simple.
simple.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we had a great morning. Yeah. So we
And I
just
get
wanted
to
to
come
share that.
see you. Yes. So we get to hang out in person. Here's coming up.
Yes.
Um, I was getting the itch to go somewhere anyway. It's just time. Like I I just do that every once in a while, need to go do something. So it works out that Andy's in Arizona right now. So I get to go see her and get some sunshine, get
So
to hang out
great.
with my friend.
So great. So great. Um, and we'll probably do some content out here. Boy, it's easy to be creative here in the sunshine. Easier for me to be creative out here than it is. Um, and again, I appreciate I love where I live. I love it, but I do struggle with the winter, as we've talked about. But yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful day here. So I look forward to you coming. We're going to do some hiking. We're going to do some content. We're going to do some riding on Junior the golf cart.
Yep.
And
Go explore a little bit. Explore the
yes,
area.
explore
Yeah.
a little bit. So,
All right.
what else? Do we want to talk about anything else?
Um, no, I don't think I need some prayers, not like major ones, but I have a new business kind of a venture of I'm going into work with schools right now. I have a couple of schools that I'm going into work with, and this is a new thing for me. I've been into classrooms in the past, but only one. I've got a whole class or a whole school day of classrooms to work into on Wednesday. So yeah, just any any little prayers and like hope she helps these kiddos a little bit would be great. It's about anxiety and helping kids stay regulated and to understand that the biological response to stress is something you and I have, that they have, that everybody has, that it's not out of the norm. It's very normal. And trying to normalize that for them, that it's not that there's something wrong with them, that there's hope in it, and that it's a piece of living. It's what we get to do since we're on this side of the ground. So yeah, sharing that with as many people as I can right now. So it's Pretty cool. Really cool for the school to bring it in. I just find that very
Awesome.
proactive.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So we're moving in a good direction. I can feel it for that.
Okay, well, we will send you prayer. I will send you some prayers, some good energy, send these kids some prayers.
Yes.
I think it's great that you're doing that.
Yeah. All right. That's all I have on the docket. Really.
Okay, perfect. Well,
Okay.
then we'll see you. I'll see you on Saturday.
Yes. Lovely. All right.
Okay,
Bye.
bye, everybody.